Yes, sir. Trigger Reacts TV in the building. Consistent Trigger in the building. Are you dumb in the building? Hey man, we are back with another video. Listen, man, if you didn't see my last video, go check out MO3 or M3 or M3Z, whatever his name is. Listen, in all due respect, I don't know his name, but listen, if you didn't look at that spirit box, bro, make sure y'all check it out. You feel me? Just upload it. Make sure you look at the last video. Um, as you can see by the title, we are looking at, we are going to watch it. We're going to react together. What pretending to look like or be a serial killer, whatever the fucking video say, we gonna react to that. Now everybody is talking about this video, bro. This video got like 300 million views. Like, bro, everybody talking about this shit, and it's an hour long video, bro. So we gonna see if we gonna make it through the hour. You feel me? If you new, I don't fake none of my reactions. We watch this shit live. We watch this shit together. If you are new, if this is your first time seeing me, hit that sub button. Listen, it's free. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Comment down below. Listen, man. Road to 200. Road to 200 subscribers, man. Y'all niggas been going strong. And, man, listen, man. When we get that 200, we gonna be lit. More vlogs is coming soon. I'm about to kick out some more reactions for y'all. You feel me? I've been going for 2 weeks, but we back like we never left. What pretending to be crazy look like? We gonna watch this shit, man. 59 minutes. Sheesh. Come on, man.
This is 26-year-old Dawson McGee, sitting in a police interrogation room in the early hours of a Tuesday morning. The Monday night before, he stabbed his own mother to death for asking him to move out of the house and get a job. Dawson is unaware that he is being recorded on a hidden camera. In 3 seconds from now, he will hear the sound of the door being opened by a detective. And at that exact moment, he will see a remarkably noticeable switch in his demeanor.
Wow. What?
That's something I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about what happened to your mom.
What happened to my mom?
Well, you tell me.
People called me and said something happened at home to mom. They were very bad. What happened to my mom?
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
Bro, come on, bro. Are you serious?
I was waiting for my brother and sister to tell me.
Okay. Well, so, was your sister home this weekend?
Wait, I'm supposed to have an attorney?
If you want one.
Am I supposed to have I should request an attorney.
Well, that's up to you if you like one. But, I mean, we'd like to talk to you.
Bro, cut it out, bro.
I would offer, I would ask for an attorney.
You want to ask for an attorney?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would come as no surprise that a judge deemed him fit to stand trial. A jury then found him legally sane, and he was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his mother. All of which was in spite of a continuous charade of mental illness similar to the one you see here. Dawson clearly believed that his passage through the legal system would somehow be easier if he were presumed insane,
Yeah, he don't look crazy now.
Yet somewhat common misconception that many suspects make when facing...
Bro, imagine killing your... Listen, we're going to limit the pausing because this is an hour-long video, but imagine killing your mother because she wants you to get out and get some responsibility for yourself. I'm sorry to all my white subscribers. Trigger Reacts is not racist. I'm not racist at all, bro. I love everybody, but this is that white people shit because niggas get kicked out every day. We get kicked out every day, bro. Niggas get kicked out every day. We gotta find our way, bro. There's something wrong with y'all white people sometimes. And I fuck with my white people, bro. I fuck with y'all, bro. But y'all, I ain't gonna front. Are y'all dumb?
Serious charges. They have this notion that a plea of insanity would either lower the severity of their punishment or liberate them from it altogether. That instead of being sent to prison, they would simply be released back into society, perhaps with a free psychotherapeutic program to attend on the weekends.
Yeah,
This
but
is, of course, a
yeah.
far cry from reality.
But let me
In the
kill
United
my
States,
mother.
if you're found responsible
throwing
for
my
a
ass under the
serious
chair.
offense, but also found not guilty of the crime by reason of insanity, you will be institutionalized at a high-security psychiatric facility. These institutions are without question some of the darkest and most disturbing places in the system. And if you're not actually suffering from the crippling effects of mental illness, living in this type of environment will be a mentally agonizing experience. The foresight of what occurs inside these units would make the majority wish to avoid them. But once you are in, it is very hard to get out, and you will have to serve the same, if not a greater amount of time than you would have had to serve at a regular prison. So to put it briefly, if you commit a serious offense and then pretend to be crazy in order to get away with it, your life from that point forward will be an extremely dark and uncomfortable existence, whether you manage to fool the system or not.
Exactly. It's
But
still
there is
jail.
one benefit, which is the elimination of capital punishment. The United States cannot execute someone deemed insane during the time of their offense, which is the only conceivable reason a defendant would cling to this narrative even after knowing what lies ahead should it succeed. And this happens to be a notion that ties in closely to the primary subject of this video. It will focus on one particular individual whose interrogation footage is so fraught with blatant trickery that most of the segments presented to you won't even need suggestive commentary. You can simply observe and judge for yourself whether you see authentic behavior or not. But before showing you what pretending to be crazy looks like, we'll briefly show you a genuine case of the criminally insane, or at least a far more convincing one. This is 18-year-old Jared Murray, a freshman at East Central University in Oklahoma. On a Wednesday evening in December, he asked fellow student Gennaro Sanchez for a ride to Walmart. Once they got there, Murray pulled out a handgun and made Gennaro drive to an isolated country road where he shot him twice in the head. He then attempted to hitchhike to Canada, but was soon apprehended by police on the side of the road. He immediately confessed to the crime once apprehended, and was then interrogated by the arresting officer.
I went down to his dorm room and asked if I could be given a ride to Walmart in exchange for $20 gas money.
So he took you to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And did you both go in?
No, we did not go in, sir.
Okay, and why not?
We pulled into the parking lot, then I pulled the weapon on him and demanded that he take me to Asher, Oklahoma, sir.
Okay, and why did all of a sudden did you decide that you needed to go to Asher?
But why shoot him though? Like, why not just rob him? Like, you already got the shit on you. Like, why not, like, yo, move, get out the car. Like, I'm robbing you. I'm gonna take myself to Oklahoma. Why shoot him though? Again, that white people shit. And then why you dress like the Undertaker? I'm sorry, I'm not taking nobody to Walmart if you dressing like this. This niggas look crazy.
Because I was planning to take him out into the country and kill him.
Why?
Did he say anything?
He panicked, went to pull out his phone. I yanked the phone out of his hand, and then he panicked some more, kept telling me not to kill him. To make him feel more comfortable, I unloaded the clip, unloaded the bullet from the chamber, handed them over to him, and that eased his nerves a little. Then I pulled a second clip out of my pocket and set it on my lap.
And so you're driving east, and so I guess at some point, did you decide now was the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what happened?
I loaded the gun quickly, chambered the round quickly, shot once, missed, shot a second time, hit, jumped out of the car, went around. He was driving 10-15 miles an hour, so it was rather slow. Ran around the hood of the car, and of course it was slow when he wasn't purposefully driving. Tried to pull him out, couldn't get him out until he already had hit the tree. Pulled him out there, dumped him into the... before I dumped him into the ditch, I heard him gurgling. I'm not sure if that was a physiological or physical process after death, but...
This nigga's the devil. Bro, he's really... I'm never gonna call him the N-word. My fault, bro. It just slipped out. This demon, he's a demon, bro. And not the good demon. He's like a real, I feel like he's really a demon. Like, you know how good people on this earth, bro? This person right here, the devil went in his body because he is saying this story like he don't give a shit. Like, bro, I shot, I missed, shot, hit him. The nigga was driving 10, 15 miles. It don't matter. Walked up on him, got him out the car, dumped his ass. Like, bro, like, you just telling yourself, and he's not pretending. This boy is really crazy. That's why I'm telling y'all, if y'all live in states like Georgia North Carolina, South Carolina. Bro, listen, Joe Biden trying to get rid of these guns. Listen, respectfully, Joe Biden, thank you for the stimulus. But fuck you when it comes to these gun law shits, bro. Everybody that live in the South, please get a gun, because a person like this will run up on you. And I'm sorry, bro. I always keep my gun with me, bro, because I'm in North Carolina right now. If this boy would have came to my car, I'm sorry, I'm giving you 50 shots. Period. Mom, you a school shooter. You are, my nigga. You are a mortal school shooter, bro. What it look like me? I'm not the like kids like him. He like eight. I'm not playing with kids. Like he's like 18. First of all, he's 18 years. They say he's 18 years old. I think, right? Something like that. This you look about 40. I don't got time to play with you, bro. I will give you 50 shots, bro. And all my bullets is going right here. No cap.
I
Crazy.
thought that he might have still lived through that somehow, because he was gurgling, so I shot him again and then shoved him down in the ditch.
He makes a half-hearted attempt to conceal the body with a handful of leaves and a stick. He then walks in the direction of the highway.
Did you get back on the highway?
Yes, sir.
And which way did you go?
North, sir.
And what were your intentions? You were walking north.
Canada, sir.
You was going to...
So time out. Whoa. I'm sorry for the pausing. So whoa. So time out. You told him to bring you to Walmart. Yeah, at the Walmart parking lot. You pull a gun on him. He driving. He tried to... No, my fault. You took him to Walmart. Okay, I'm trying to get this story straight. You tell the nigga to take you to Walmart. You're in the car. You're driving. You're on the highway. You pull the gun out. The nigga see it. He panicked. He put his phone out. He jumped out the car. You shot him. He missed. You hit him. Boom. Then you dump his body. And then he's gargling, whatever like that. You shot him again. You put leaves and a stick on him. You go up to the highway and then you're on foot. Instead of just robbing him, telling him to get out the car, now you got a car and then you could just drive where you gotta go. That white people shit. You see, this is why your stupid ass got caught. If you would have just robbed him and got the car, you would have been good. Why? What was the sense of telling somebody drive me to Walmart and I'm gonna rob them if you didn't even take the car, nigga? You didn't even take the car. Now you on foot. What kind of shit?
Canada.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He states that his plan was to escape into Canada, but he had nothing to escape with, not even a passport.
I had tried hitchhiking most of the way, because the only way this was going to work, factoring in my belief that y'all found the crime scene, is if someone were to give me a ride there and then. And then whenever your patrol car was pulling up behind me, I didn't know it was a patrol car. I stuck my thumb out and you was there for the rest.
Jared, I want to ask you just point blank, because, I mean, you sat here and confessed
To a murder.
Pretty much everything.
in my mind, and I think you might agree with me, just cold-bloodedly killed a young man tonight.
Yes, sir.
Or last night. Have you ever killed anybody else?
No, sir.
You will now see the detective attempt to establish a motive for the crime.
I guess I'm having a hard time understanding
Why?
what you got out of it.
Exactly. Me too. I'm just want to see what.
Can you help me?
I don't really get anything out of it.
Do you feel any remorse?
I'm sad that I got caught so quickly.
Tell me why I should believe you that there just was going to be one person that was going to suffer from your consequences of killing.
You have no reason to believe me, sir.
I guess I'm just still having a real hard time understanding why.
The detective fails to establish a solid motive for a further 2 minutes. The discussion eventually lands on the victim's long-term girlfriend.
Ain't no reason to talk to him, bro.
You don't think she's going to be upset, heartbroken?
I think she will be, sir.
How did that make you feel?
No different, sir.
I think you've been honest with me. I think you've told me just straight up.
Yeah, he's a nut.
What happened?
Yes, sir.
But
He's a nut, bro. He's a nut, bro.
Yes, sir.
You killed a young man
Yes, sir.
just for the simple fact of, I guess pretty much this is safe for you.
Yes, sir.
And what do you think should happen to you?
Death sentence, sir.
And why do you think you deserved a death sentence?
An eye for an eye, sir.
Do you believe an eye for an eye?
Yes, sir.
Jared Murray was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You see what I'm talking about? That's that shit. That's that shit. That's that shit. That's that shit I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. This is what we be talking about. This is what we be talking about, bro. This is what we be talking about, bro. This is what we be talking about, bro. Because if this man was black, bro, they would have threw him underneath the jail. He done sat here and told y'all the whole thing. Bro, what? Not guilty? What?
He was committed to a high-security mental facility where he is to remain indefinitely.
Anything to say for yourself today?
No, ma'am.
Any reason why you might have done this to this young man?
No, ma'am.
No reason.
No, ma'am.
You have nothing to say for yourself.
No, ma'am.
You want to tell the community anything?
No, ma'am.
Did you confess to police?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you proud of what you've done?
No, ma'am.
Do you have remorse for what you've done?
No, ma'am.
He appears completely void of human emotion. No regret, remorse, shame, nor fear. He had both taken a life and destroyed his own, yet seems indifferent to the circumstances. With respect to his interrogation footage, the most conspicuous element was the complete lack of self-preservation. He didn't once attempt to deflect blame, nor afford himself any type of justification for his actions. He simply spoke in a factual, non-biased manner, impartial to how his words made.
But you see, that's that shit I'm talking about. Because he could confess to y'all, just because he don't got no remorse of human, just because he's not normal of his answers, he crazy. But cops can run in Breonna Taylor crib and shoot. The white lady that went into the wrong apartment and thought it was her apartment and killed the black young man. Oh, yeah, it happens. Where's the justice? George Floyd. I mean, yeah, the guy's in jail, but they had to put a whole trial out, and he literally. But this guy right here is telling y'all like, bro, I killed him. What? So what? I killed him. I don't care. And no jail time, bro.
May have been taken or even twisted to be used against him.
I'm just saying, bro.
There was no calculated structure to his behavior whatsoever.
I'm just saying, bro.
So with this notion in mind, let's move on to the primary subject of this video.
You ever had a dream?
Bro, that's just bullshit, bro.
Anything for?
To me, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, bro.
Go there a minute, have a seat on the bar chair, alright? Put your hands up a little bit.
Look at this boy right here. Ain't that who is this boy? Ain't that the boy that shot up the church or some shit?
Did your feet up?
Nah, that wasn't him. I forgot what this boy did. They gonna tell me.
This is 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, who 3 hours and 55 minutes prior to this moment murdered 17 people at his former high school in Parkland, Florida. Among the dead were 3 teachers and 14 students, the majority of whom were 14 years old. A further 17 students were seriously wounded during the massacre. The gunman dropped his rifle 7 minutes into the rampage and then blended in with the crowd as he ran out of the building. He was at large for 1 hour and 20 minutes, during which time he stopped off at a Subway and then a McDonald's, where he sat down and casually spoke to one of the victim's brothers. The student was unaware that his older sister had just been shot through the chest by the man sitting across the table. The description of the shooter was transmitted by police over the radio, which led to an officer identifying and arresting him on a street just 2 miles away from the school.
I would have shot
his ass. He was taken to the nearest hospital and examined by a doctor for roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes. He was medically cleared and then transferred to the local sheriff's office where he was subjected to interrogation.
Do not think about getting up, right, buddy?
From the moment the subject entered the room, his eyes have been fixed upon nothing but the floor. He's held on to this downward-facing gaze as if he's either in a state of shock or disconnected from the moment.
I can't be a cop because I would have went in there and I would have punched his punched his ass.
At the exact moment the door shuts, he lifts up his head to observe his surroundings. His behavior completely shifts once he believes no one is watching. If we look at his demeanor a moment earlier, we can see the contrast. He went from being detached to alert. His behavior changed as the environment changed, which is
I'm not telling y'all, these fucking white kids, they don't be crazy. They don't be crazy. It's they be crazy, but they know what the fuck they doing. You know what it is, bro? Whoever in that high school, they probably got them mad or something like that, so they came back shooting. These people, they have white people. I'm not gonna say, well, shit. Let me say these people because shit, y'all be saying that to us. So him, the Caucasian kind. I'm not gonna say all of y'all, but I'm gonna say 85% of y'all because 85% of y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Yeah, just because y'all crazy. When y'all don't get y'all way and shit. And I'm just gonna tell y'all about yourself real quick because y'all be telling y'all listen, y'all be trying to tell black people about themselves. I'm gonna tell y'all about yourself. You know what? Feel me? This trigger react. You know what? Y'all don't know how to take shit. If somebody picking on you, bullying you, I mean, it's understanding. But if somebody tell you, hey, you need to get your life together, blah blah blah, blah, you're a loser, y'all want to come back shooting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know how to take shit. Y'all need some tough ass skin. You did not have to go in that school and kill teachers, kids. First of all, bro, if you got a problem with somebody, tell them like, yo, bro, you got a problem with me. You don't need to be shooting. No, y'all don't know how to take pain. Y'all don't know. It's something really wrong up here. Y'all always want to talk about black people, but y'all are the fucking nuts. I promise. I'm waiting to see a black person in this video.
Recurring theme throughout this interrogation. It shows us that his mind isn't wandering off during these moments of apparent disconnection.
He pretending, bro.
He is in
what's
fact
up, bro.
fully present and very aware of what's going on around him.
Look.
As he looks up, his eyes immediately lock onto the camera. He now knows he is still being watched, and his following gestures will resemble that of someone with suicidal tendencies. At face value, these externalized suicidal thoughts may seem genuine to some, but when framed with the rest of his behavior throughout this interrogation, they are exposed for what they really are: an act. Exactly. A calculated attempt to garner sympathy and paint his character in what he believes to be a more positive light.
All this shit is an act.
All right, how you doing, Nick? You all right? Gotta be able to speak so I can hear you.
Exactly, speaking, punk.
All right, I just need to ask you really your name and date of birth just to confirm I got it right, and then I'm gonna see you want a glass of water or something. What's your first name?
This is a situation where the proof against the suspect is already conclusive. He is without question responsible for the crimes under investigation, making the pursuit of a confession not essential. The police know he did it, but they need to know why he did it, which would already require a complex strategy in order to obtain the correct information. But the suspect's first recorded statements upon his arrest have now made the procedure considerably more difficult.
What's going on today, bro?
The demons, man.
Demons?
Voices.
Yeah, no problem. Voices. Voices and demons?
Where's the voices? What happened?
Shut up. Be quiet, man.
Shut up. Demons, man. Voices.
These two words have now forged the primary stratagem of his own interrogation, which is to cut through deception under the guise of supportive examination. The questions will be designed to lock him into a specific narrative about his alleged psychosis, while simultaneously giving him the impression that his responses are for his own benefit. Anything he says now can be used to refute any amendments he might come up with at a later stage. We all know that after this interrogation, he will have significantly more time to think, study, and even seek guidance from professionals about how the legal system interconnects with mental illness. Yet the majority of this forthcoming knowledge could be useless to him depending on what he says during these moments. The more details he gives away, the less options he will have for his defense later on. But pursuing this objective is complicated, as there are two very common scenarios for when this type of suspect gets interrogated. And just to be entirely clear, by this type of suspect, we mean someone who is 1. Pretending to be insane, and 2. Not fooling anyone. Their most common response is to simply shut down. They regress into total silence or some type of catatonic state, and the interrogation never gets off the ground. The other common response is the exact opposite. They erupt into hysteria or supposed delirium, and everything from that point forward becomes incoherent. The lead detective, John Curcio, must not allow either of these scenarios to transpire, and this makes the first 2 minutes absolutely crucial. He needs to create a positive first impression and resemble the furthest thing from a threat, while at the same time maintain a presence of authority. His temperament will be easygoing and non-confrontational, but also encouraging when extracting a response. His role at this moment is the ally. He needs to be liked, respected, but must not be feared. Not yet anyway. Going off the suspect's initial demeanor, the detective will know that he is far more likely to regress into a state of silence at this opening stage, and if he can prevent that from happening within the first 2 minutes, he is over the first obstacle.
Yeah, I mean, if he do that, then he lit. I mean, look, bro, I knew this.
Bro, I had my own philosophy.
If anybody know he was pretending anyway, bro, listen, after this, we gonna watch one more person. Yeah, I'm gonna do a part 2 to this shit. You feel me? Cause I can't sit here and watch an hour of this shit. Come on. Yeah, y'all
All right. How you doing, Nick? I just need to ask you really your name and date of birth just to confirm
we gotta do these shits in
right.
parts.
I'm gonna see you want a glass of water or something. What's your first name? Come on, Nick. Huh? Spell it for me.
Okay.
Come on, I'm old. You gotta talk so I can hear you. N-I-K. O.
L.
Okay. A-S. And what's your middle name? Come on, man, speak so I can hear you.
Jacob.
Jacob. J-A-C. What's your date of birth?
Nigga, you know how to spell Jacob.
Okay, you need to relax, because I'm the last detective or policeman you're going to have to talk to. So right off the bat, that should be somewhat comforting to you to know that I'm the last guy you got to talk to. But the thing about it is, look at me. I got to be able to hear you. Okay? So all I want to do is get basic information from you, and then we'll get into the, whether you want a glass of water, all that stuff. What's your date of birth?
09.
January?
09.
09 September.
The investigation team already know the answers to these basic questions. Their only purpose are to initiate a response, and their non-threatening nature make it more likely for the suspect to engage. They are essentially the opening wedge to get the two-way dialogue flowing. And although the suspect is still partially committed to his catatonic state, as we can clearly see, he is still responsive, making it unlikely for him to regress into complete silence from this point forward. Everything up to this moment has gone to plan. The detective has one foot in the door, and he can now develop the relationship from a more secure position. He goes about this with a standard method of rapport development, the offer of food and water.
All right, let me do this. You want a cold water? You don't know if you want cold water?
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to bring in 2, because I want one. It was hot, and if you decide you want to have it, that's fine. You sure you don't want something to eat? Okay.
The refusal to accept food and water is a familiar response which you may have already seen on this channel. It's a glaring manifestation of shame. This is not to be confused with guilt nor remorse, both of which require the acceptance of responsibility, which in turn directs our focus outwards on the feelings of others. Shame, on the other hand, shifts our focus on the perceptions of others towards ourselves. The subject is afraid of how it will...
So basically, if his ass would have been like, yeah, I'll take a hamburger with some fries. Oh, I don't want a water. Let me get a fruit punch. They're like, yeah, this motherfucker crazy. He just killed people, and then he just asked for a burger and some fries and some damn juice. Yeah, his ass is crazy. But now, if you don't want nothing to eat, you don't want nothing to drink, it's like, yeah, he don't want to. He just think his mind all over the place. He ain't fucking crazy. He's shameful, so he don't got an appetite. He don't want to drink nothing. You feel me? But a crazy motherfucker, yeah, I want some food. Let me get some food.
look if he
Telling you,
accepts
see?
the offer, considering
I'm learning
the
some shit.
circumstances.
I'm learning some
he
shit.
instead wants to appear as if he's so negatively affected by the events that he's unconcerned with meeting his basic needs.
Of course, I have so many different keys. Alright, I'll be right back.
Once again, his demeanor abruptly switches when the detective leaves the room. With his head buried in his hands, it's anyone's guess as to what is going through his mind at this moment. But what you are about to see next is extremely revealing. Cruz was a left-handed shooter. The surveillance at the school would confirm this, and if you pay close attention to the movements of his hands in the next moments, although very subtle, you can see that he's reimagining holding his weapon. But what's more telling is how his demeanor abruptly stops and then completely switches right before he looks in the direction of the camera. He goes from holding a rifle and beginning to smirk, to then pretending to cry and reverting back to his suicidal mannerisms. This all occurs in under 4 seconds.
That's how you know you pretending. He don't know what to act crazy or you know what I'm saying? He don't know what to do, bro. He's just a nut.
It could be assumed that for a brief moment, he was not only recollecting the attack, but gaining gratification from doing so. He then remembered he was on film, giving reason for the sharp adjustment. His true self was reliving the attack and enjoying his work, while his false self was so dejected to the point he was externalizing suicidal thoughts. Complete opposites.
That's crazy. Whoever broke this video down, that's crazy, bro.
His next calculated
because
charade...
honestly too, sorry for the pausing, but honestly too, if he really wanted to kill himself and if he was that crazy, he would have just shot himself. Why he didn't shoot himself? Because he thought he was gonna get away with that shit.
Is one
Come on,
of
bro, you're not
self-harm.
crazy, bro.
He first bites himself without drawing blood, or leaving any marks that were visible in his jail intake photographs.
He not even biting himself, bro. He is pretending to bite himself. I mean, he biting now, but he not really biting.
He then scratches and squeezes at the 2 needle punctures in his arm from where his blood was taken at the hospital. At the very moment the detective re-enters the room, he will act as if he's desperately trying to conceal his self-injurious behavior.
All right.
Setting aside the glaring contradiction that he just murdered and maimed dozens of people while leaving himself without so much as a scratch, it's the frequency of these little charades that makes their deception so transparent. This is a person who is not self-injurious, pretending to be someone that is, but it's such a feeble attempt at feigned self-harm, it would almost be a comical moment if the circumstances weren't as horrific.
So if they're not bleeding anymore, you want them off, we can pull them off. I'll get you a garbage can. You want them off? Just put them on the throw them on the floor in the corner. Alright, this one is mine, because I already opened it. This one's yours in case you change your mind.
The next 4 minutes are the extremely tedious process of getting the subject to engage further through basic questions. The topic of his phone will now be brought up.
What about your phone? Do you have a phone?
I lost it.
When did you...
Alright, we gonna stop this right here, man. We gonna watch this shit. Cause we 33 minutes in, you feel me? I'ma pick off where I stopped at, you feel me? But it's a part 2 coming soon. I'm gonna do that shit later on today. You feel me? But this is real interesting, bro. I ain't going for a lot of people watching this shit and they saying it's good. And I'm like, fuck it. Why not just watch it with my YouTube subscribers? You feel me? But part 2 is gonna come soon, you feel me? I'm gonna do some spirit boxes, you know what I'm saying? Put that up for y'all. And then we gonna jump right back into this video, man. So listen, if y'all fucking with this shit right here, if y'all want to keep it going, you feel me? Listen to the school shooter, the real school shooter story. Make sure you like the video. Like and comment on the video, because I'm gonna throw this shit up. Feel me? If y'all fucking with this shit, I'm gonna do a part 2. But it's your boy Trigger Reacts, and I'll see y'all in part 2. If y'all fucking with it.